Waves. Some families have weird traditions. Mine was no different. For as long as I can remember, every Friday night, my father took me down to the beach to look at the waves. I never really understood why. We didn't follow any other routines with the rest of the family. We didn't have pizza or board game nights. We didn't watch television or follow sports. We never went on vacation together, as much as I begged, and we barely even ate meals in the same room. But regardless of the weather, conflicts, or any other excuses, at exactly 7 o'clock, my father would always drive me, and only me, down to the beach to look at the waves. That habit became more sacred than religion and almost more important than school. We never missed a Friday. My earliest memories of these trips were positive. Dad was an important guy to a lot of people. I think the time alone with him made me feel important too. We had a puppy, back then, a German Shepherd named Lola, that followed commands and listened perfectly off-leash. Lola usually came along for the ride as well. That dog loved nothing more than to chase me up and down the dirty dunes. Something she would jump into the waves and splash around like a maniac. My dad always got a kick out of that. I was always scared she would swim away. We went swimming when it was warm and not too rough. We played in the sand when it was cold. If it rained or snowed, Dad usually brought an umbrella, and we would just sit together and watch the waves crash violently against the coastline. Sometimes we talked about school, girls, or anything that popped into our minds. Sometimes we just sat together and said nothing. I loved it. But the older I got, the more Dad's weekly trips became a burden to my social life. I missed birthday parties. I missed playdates. I missed just sitting at home after a long week of school and relaxing. When I was 13, a cute girl in the 8th grade asked to work on a project with me after school. Friday was the only day she could do it. I called my father up and begged him to change our beach day to Saturday. Just once, I pleaded, just that week. But he just said no, come home, and hung up the phone. His curt response made me furious. I was not the type to disrespect my father, but at the same time, I was a teenager. Hormones pumped through my veins. The idea of a big kid like me playing with his father at the beach seemed stupid and childish. I hated him for making me go. I hated him for holding me back. So for the first time in my life, I ignored my father's tradition and stayed at school until well past 6. Sadie and I were in the cafeteria putting the finishing touches on a diorama when the raspy voice of our principal kicked on through the loudspeakers. Matt Richardson. If you're in the building, please report to the principal's office immediately. I cursed. Sadie oozed and giggled a bit. I picked up my books and slammed them into my backpack, promising to see her Monday, as a powder keg of rage built up inside my gut. I paced the empty halls once or twice, just to calm down before I waltzed into the principal's office to find my father red-faced and furious. A perfect recipe for disaster. Get in the car. Now. We have to go, he fumed and turned to the principal. Thank you, Bill, for the announcement. We're late for soccer practice. My father grabbed me by the collar the moment we left the office. Then he nearly sprinted out the door. We walked that way through the entire parking lot, quickly sidestepping, with him holding onto my shoulder like a child. Then he opened the door to his SUV and tossed me in the back seat. I felt humiliated. The time on the dash read 7:05. Soccer, practice, Dad? I repeated when he got in the driver's seat. Really? We're lying about it now? My father swerved the car backward and gunned it through the empty lot. How many effing times have I told you? He shouted. 7 o'clock. Every Friday. We have to be there. This is very important, Matthew, why would you disobey me? I wanted to scream back. I wanted to ask him why. Why? Whom the duck cares if we miss one beach day? Who cares if we go at all?